My name's Charles Clark. I'm working with OCR on preparing a report on the future of 11 to 16 curriculum and assessment.
Hi, I'm Amy Jones and I'm Head of GCSE Products at OCR.
My name's Miles McGinley. I'm OCR's Director of Regulation and Business Performance and Responsible Officer.
So I'm Ruth Carter, Stakeholder Relationships Manager.
It's a special report because it says firstly there's no single silver bullet, immediate change. It's got to be steady change, but in a clear direction. And it says we've got to review seriously the way in which the curriculum and assessment now work, and we've got a number of major recommendations.
I think the fact that we've talked to so many stakeholders when producing the report makes it incredibly special. Also the timing I think is really important because Labour's announced the curriculum review, so I think it works very nicely.
We've not started from zero, we've built on other people's work, and I think that really has lent itself to kind of some really impactful recommendations.
And I think it is the variety of voices that comes through and that strength of knowledge from people internally but also externally, and very much that thread of youth voice coming through as well.
Most important in my mind is the need to rebalance the assessment system. At the moment, over those 5 years of Key Stages 3 and 4, you have one very major set of examinations for 2 weeks at the end of those 5 years. I don't think that balance is right, and we need to get a more even, more balanced approach right through the 5 years for the benefit of the children.
So as Head of GCSE Products, obviously the sections on GCSE Maths and English really resonated with me, so we've heard a lot from teachers and students about the amount of content, the amount of assessment, so I'm really looking forward to looking into that in more detail. Also, the section on digital assessment was particularly interesting. One of the big projects we're working on at the moment is developing a digital exam for GCSE Computer Science. So we've been really thinking about how we can provide that manageable and authentic exam experience for students.
Assessment and the intensity of assessment. So how many exams that we kind of require students to sit at 16? And the reason for that is I've got two kind of teenage boys who've kind of been over the last 2 years through GCSE, and I really, we as a family really experienced each time they went through their GCSEs what a kind of test of their resilience is, as much as a test of their knowledge, understanding and skills.
I think my heart will always go to the broadening of the curriculum, really making sure that it is relevant and engaging and inclusive for our young people of the future.
The most important curriculum changes are to make them much more contemporary. So that means addressing things like digital learning, AI, the climate change and environment, and taking the language, if I can use that, of things like the English curriculum to look forward to the future use of English, not just to past use of English.
So I think one of the really big things we need to look at is the amount of content and the assessment burden within many of those key subjects at GCSE.
I'd like to kind of see a change to GCSE English, most of all. I was an English teacher at the very start of my career, and to see my two lads who just did their GCSEs over the last 2 years pull themselves through GCSE English and actually be quite demotivated and not really want to take it forward themselves as a subject at A-level, something that makes me think we can do better than that.
I suppose that breadth earlier on in not having everything all at the end of your year 11, the very, very high stakes exams, but being able to support our young people with their learning and take those sort of snapshots throughout their journey to be able to support them.
The most important thing for a new government to do is to achieve a curriculum and assessment system which excites children, encourages them to learn, engages them, makes them look forward to coming to school. I think changes are needed to achieve that across a wide number of different aspects, and that's what the report addresses.
I would love to see the government read the reports that we're producing and consider the different areas of priority that we've indicated.
There's an opportunity in the short term to actually just start changing the curriculum and add those gaps. That particularly relates to sustainability and diversity. They're quick wins, and then longer term, I think really start planning now for how we can reduce the intensity of assessment, not have students taking on average 31 hours of assessment over 5 weeks.
Reading our report, our review, and just taking on those thoughts, those comments, what we've learned. We've got that expertise that we are able to share. That's what this is about.